We them, Dallas Cowboys. We them, Dallas Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Somos Dallas Vaqueros. Somos Dallas Vaqueros. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys with the stars in the D. You know where we at, that's AT&T. Holding your dub, pulling up real deep. It's game time, baby, like we gon' eat. Like bring out the next top, pre-4 Prescott. Defense strong, ain't stopping us. Making they next pop, even our mascot clean. That's why they knocking us. Like ooh, our team the truth. Even in Cali, they ripping us too. NFL's dream, America's team. Stepping the scene wherever we gleam. Ayy, rocking that throwback, Cowboys on hold back. We push forward, don't fall back. Haters, they know that we the best, no cap. We stay down like fall flash. Win or lose, we don't pick and choose. We stay loyal to the gang squad. Pick a crew, we got plenty too. Everybody throwing stars up. Ayy, that's all day. Sunday pray, then we play. Blue and gray, only way. We got team, that's what I say. We them, Dallas Cowboys. We them, Dallas Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Somos Dallas Vaqueros. Somos Dallas Vaqueros. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. A-South Texas like puro Cowboys. East Texas like puro Cowboys. West Texas like puro Cowboys. Austin and San Antonio, puro Cowboys. New Mexico and Arizona, puro Cowboys. Arkansas and Oklahoma, puro Cowboys. Mexico City like puro Cowboys. En Monterrey dicen puro Cowboys. A rowdy nation like puro Cowboys. Cowboys nation like puro Cowboys. Cowboy like family, puro Cowboys. Even Raymond Norta, puro Cowboys. We them, Dallas Cowboys. We them, Dallas Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Somos Dallas Vaqueros. Somos Dallas Vaqueros. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys. Puro Cowboys, puro Cowboys.
Puro Cowboys. You know it's Puro Cowboys on mine, baby. It's your boy BG. We live back in the lab here on a pregame show here. I got my girl KELZ in the background. Just wanted to give a few shout outs in there. Shout out to SA Halo, baby. Shout out to Cowboys Life Family over there, Lot 11, putting it down right now, probably as we speak, tailgating. Where's everybody at? If you live at the stadium over there, tap in, let us know where you at. We got the pregame show kicking off, the Houston Texans versus the Dallas Cowboys. It's the battle for Texas. But let's bring my girl KELZ to the show. How you doing, KELZ?
I'm good. I had to do one of your numbers. I had to take a little social media hiatus, just a small one. I will pop in and out, and then I'll go back into my little sabbatical chamber.
I feel you, man. You definitely got to do it, especially with this team, man. You definitely got to take a break. That's what I like to call creating boundaries, because, like, I legitly go through that shit, too. Like, for a couple of days, I'm just not motivated. This team ain't giving me nothing to be motivated about. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out how to keep Cowboy fans happy. I'm trying to figure out how to keep my green badges happy. So shout out to all of the green badges that's tapping in this evening. We see you tapping in. We'll give some shout outs here in just a second. This show is brought to you by the green badges here today. And yes, we have another prize up for grabs. I got another shake and score. Shake and score. Shout out to my guy Charles, who won this on the star count today. The star count has changed and it's going to continue to change. So get your stars ready and get in the gym. We got another shake and score. Let me get it right here. Shake and score game here? Because the holidays coming up. KELZ, what kind of games you play with the family, or you know what I mean, wherever you're at on the holidays? What kind of games you playing besides watching the Cowboys?
As far as like Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Man, either or. How about
Um,
Thanksgiving? Because we're right up against Thanksgiving.
so for my family, Thanksgiving, we just basically watched, the Mom, what's the name of that thing? My mom's right. Thanksgiving Day Parade. I
Oh,
can't.
okay, yeah, the
Yeah,
parade.
the
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
yeah.
Day Parade. The Bayou Classic that doesn't come on until like the day after. So we're just basically we really try not to eat as much because my mom can throw down on a Thanksgiving meal.
I bet
So
she can.
yeah, so we just we snack much, not like real light stuff. Watch the parades. We might watch maybe one Christmas movie. I believe in starting the Christmas December 1st.
Okay, the whole
And
Christmas month.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
like the birthday month. Like it's my birthday
yeah,
month.
that's my birthday month. Yeah, so so we do that. We're not like most families that have Thanksgiving dinner at like 3 or 4. Sometimes we'll have it at 5. The latest is probably like 6. Of course, we watch, the games that come on around that time, and we just sit, reflect, say what we thankful for, and then we seize on the food, and then
Well, how about this? Breaking news. Did you see what's going on? A piece of the roof at
yeah,
AT&T
I saw
Stadium
that.
fell and hit the ground. Say what? Special shout out to
Yeah,
my guy Charles right there. Yeah, that's breaking news. Let me pull that up right quick. I was like, what?
yeah, it happened literally like maybe almost close to an hour ago. So this is what happened. They decided to open up the roof. It has not been open since the 2022 season. Um, so they decided to open up the roof, and maybe 15-30 minutes of them opening up the roof, a piece of sheet metal fell down. So they closed the roof back up. So right now, the update just came in maybe like 10 minutes ago. They're going to make a decision 40 minutes before kickoff to open up the roof again. Luckily,
Ooh.
there were no injuries. Nobody was hurt.
Yeah,
They
I seen
weren't
that. I was like,
around.
boy, if somebody that would have hit somebody, it would have been my neck, my back, my toes, my fingers, my knees, my elbows.
My
Jerry pay
wig,
me.
my wig, everything.
Everything I don't have, but I placed that link in the comments. That's per NFL.com right there. That's breaking news. Less than an hour. Look at my girl KELZ with the intels. Not only did she know about it, she had everything that was going on with it, baby.
Yeah.
But talk about this injury report. Oh my God. I mean, we got a game tonight. We're going to talk about score predictions here in just a little bit. So welcome everybody to the show. Welcome all the green badges to the show. KELZ with the intels. We're going to be talking about these 19 players that we got on this damn injury report and anything else KELZ may get with the intels while we're live here. So if you got questions about the upcoming game tonight, the Texans visiting the Cowboys on Monday Night Football, us pro Cowboys, then get them in the comment section. But KELZ, what can you tell us? Anything new with this 19 personnel on the injury report? Any
All
good
right.
news for tonight's game?
So with the injury report, as you know, we do play a Monday night game. So there was really no practice until this past Thursday. They had a meeting on Monday. Tuesday they had their community service outreach, and Wednesday was their off day. Normally Tuesdays is the team's off day. It started off with 18 on the injury report. Friday, I'm sorry, not Friday, Saturday, it increased by one number by adding CD Lamb to the practice report with an apparent back strain. And he was listed as questionable. So, update on that. Oh, he did have a limited practice on Friday, and then he was listed as questionable. Came in this morning that he is expected to play.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Look at what we got in the building. Shout out to everybody on all three platforms. We're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, and we're live on YouTube. Shout out to Stony Curse, the OG in the building on YouTube. Stoney's Museum. Y'all know who he is here. Shout out to them fans that are at the Texans game tonight who did the social media challenge. Who was it? Bear Pup. Did they get in contact with you, Stoney? Did you get the tickets delivered? Are they on their experience? Right us now. Give us some live updates like my girl KELZ is with the intels tonight. Because I know most Cowboy fans, I mean, including myself, don't think the Cowboys have a dying chance in hell to win this game tonight.
All right, breaking news. Josh Butler, he was our cornerback. He was signed to the active roster from the practice squad. He will be starting at outside corner, and Israel Mukuamu will be starting at the slot.
Okay. Justin with an easy question here says, who's the QB? That's Cooper Rush, right? He was on the injury report for a second, right, with his neck or something like that. But he's the quarterback
tonight. That one has
tonight.
not come out yet as far as who will be serving as QB1 and QB2 for tonight's game.
Trey Lance lovers, get it together. Trey Lance lovers, start getting your prayer group together. We might see a heavy dose of Trey Lance against a CJ Stroud tonight. Because, you know, CJ Stroud and them Texans is coming in. Especially Dalton Schultz. Y'all remember, I know you know Dalton Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think Dalton Schultz going to get maybe a touchdown or two. I think they're really going to target some Dalton Schultz because, you know, Dalton Schultz has been in the news, you know, talking about our circus over there at the Star in Frisco. And, you know, I think they're going to try to go off on him tonight. So who do we got in the secondary? Because I know we got Deron Bland out, we got Jordan Lewis out, and we got somebody else out, right?
More breaking. Somebody is on the catwalk of the stadium right now, still pulling out loose pieces of sheet metal.
Oh. Okay, there's a live update on the fallen piece of sheet metal. I'm pretty sure they're going to get it together. But getting back to, this secondary, who's going to be in the secondary for the Cowboys tonight? It looks like Deron Bland is out.
Kalen Carson.
Okay.
Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I see right now. And Donovan Wilson.
Okay, so yeah, I know CJ and Nico Collins, who's back off the IR, they're going to have him out there tonight. So that secondary going to have some work. I'm telling you, I think the Texans is coming in to put a 40 burger on us tonight in the state of the Texas battle tonight. They coming in here to wreck shop, man. I just don't see how we got a chance. If y'all think we got a chance, leave us some comments in below and let us know what will be the keys to a victory.
Keenan Hall. He will also.
So Keenan, Carson, Trayvon, and Donovan.
Okay, let's go back again. Josh Butler, Keenan Hall, Kalen Carson, Israel Mukuamu, Trayvon Diggs.
Okay.
Donovan Wilson.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, still, Trayvon has been getting challenged. A shout out to Trayvon. You know, Trayvon been sitting in the studio here with me pretty much all month. You know, we got to bump and run with Trayvon's mom down there in Atlanta. Shout out to my guy, Mike Rock, 2023. Gym Rat of the Year was there. You know, we got to see him firsthand. His visor was pretty cool. I'm hoping they can stop some of this assault tonight from the Texans, but I just don't see it happening. And if y'all think the Cowboys got a dying chance of hell, leave us a comment down there below. And you can call me fake all you want to, man. This Cowboy team look rough. We got 19 folks on the injury report.
And this is my thing. When I look at the Texans defense, they run a solid defense. They run a 4-3 base, cover 3 zone. They also run a bunch of stunts that will confuse the offense. And when you look at their standings in all 3 categories of defense, they're in the top 5. They rank 3rd in the league of sacks, 3rd in yards given up, and 2nd in interceptions. So, and then Nico Collins is back.
So they got Noah Brown and they got Dalton Schultz over there too. Is that right? I think
Noah Brown is with the Cowboys 2.0 team that is up the street from me.
Oh, that's right. He's over there at the nation's capital.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought he was over there too for a second, but yeah, they got Dalton Schultz, man, and I think Dalton Schultz, they're gonna be heavy dose of Dalton tonight. So if you got Dalton in your lineups tonight, you might be able to cash in. I got both Dalton and Jake Ferguson in my lineups. I need him, and I got Brandon Aubrey. I need a miracle. So shout out to my top fan league here. I shared that on the timeline. You can take a look at it. You know, nothing that irks me. Well, I mean, let me ask you a question, Kel. Do you play fantasy football?
Yeah, I got like 5 or 6 fantasy teams, all female.
Does that make you not a Cowboy fan because you play fantasy football and you might root for one of the players on your from another team on your team?
No, because I'm very competitive. I'm like, give me my points.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't understand people trying to call out people's allegiance to our team because they play fantasy football. You know what I mean? But anyway, as we continue to go down this game plan for tonight, yeah, I think Dalton is coming back. I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Dalton because y'all remember what Dalton had to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, him and everybody else have said it. So
Yeah, he's like, you know, it's a one-way mirror for people to look. Literally, it's a zoo, dude. Yeah. You know, Dalton used to kick it with the Cowboys, but boy, I'm telling you, I think he's coming into town tonight. I don't know if the secondary can stop. I hope Trayvon maybe gets a pick on CJ, you know, or something like that. We're gonna need something exciting because, like I told you in the pregame show, before we got on here live, I'm not really excited about this team. There's nothing really exciting about this team right now.
well, here's the thing. I'm looking at the Houston's inactives that was just submitted. For some of our saving grace, their cornerback Kamari Lassiter is inactive. Defensive end Will Anderson is inactive. Their linebacker Jamal Hill, their tackle Blake Fisher, their wide receiver Stephen Mims, and their defensive tackle Florenzo.
So they got some. They got a lot of people out too on their lineups, huh?
Yeah, but their defensive tackle and their defensive end, that's probably a little bit of saving grace.
That might be good for our offensive line because poor old Terrence
Right.
still be getting his neck broke every game. Shout out to Caitlin with the context. Says Dalton's averaging 6 points per game in fantasy currently. Shout out to Caitlin with the stats. Says Joe Mixon is going to be the one that's going to win people's weeks in fantasy football tonight. You got Joe Mixon in one of your lineups, Caitlin?
I got him in like 2 of my fantasy
Oh,
teams. So
okay.
he's been giving me, I think the most he has given me was like 30 points in fantasy.
Yeah, but I want everybody to get a visual. This is the DallasCowboys.com website. If you ain't never take a look at this, you can go over there, take a look at the injury report. You can take a look at the roster. You can take a look at all of that good stuff. I'll place this link in the comments below. But that's like over 35% of our roster. And what's up with the unspecified? That look to me unspecified. Is that a new term that we're seeing on the injury report, or has that been there?
Let me see.
It just says unspecified all the way to the right for game day there. Like I'll give you an example here. You take a look at Deron Bland. It says game status. Game status for today. It says all unsat. Well, they don't even have Saturdays updated in there, so never mind. They're a little bit behind on it, I guess. So thank God we got you here, KELZ, with the intel's got the real intel.
Unspecified means that it has not been their status has not been submitted. So that's why I have it. Let me go back to the practice report. So that's the game status. So Deron Bland is out. Kalen Carson. He had 2 full days of participation. He did not practice on Thursday. His injury is a shoulder illness, but his illness was really like a cold. So but he's good to go. Trevon Diggs, he's playing. So he had 3 full days. Chuma Adoga, he's questionable. Jake Ferguson, he's good to go. Tyler Guyton is good to go. Eric Kendrick is good to go. As we know, CeeDee Lamb, he was day before game. No, he was a game day decision. Let me take that back. He was listed as questionable. Now he's upgraded to playing. Jordan Lewis, he's out. Hunter Lemke, he's doubtful, but now he's been downgraded to inactive. Zach
And that's why
Martin.
Princeton Fant was brought up from the practice squad, right? He's probably going to be playing in that fullback spot tonight. So look to see Princeton Fant pulled up from the practice squad. You heard it here first from my girl KELZ with the intel, with Hunter Lipke being downgraded to out, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Zach Martin, he was listed as questionable, but more than likely he will play. Demo, I can never say. I never
DeMarvion,
but
Overshown.
DeMarvion Overshown, he's good to go. Michael Parsons is good to go. Dak Prescott, he was officially put on the injury reserve today. Cooper Rush, he's good to go.
But going back to Cooper Rush, there has not been an announcement on who QB1 is tonight, because I know my guy
that has not been released yet.
Wow, interesting. You heard it here right now. Who's going to be QB1 tonight? Throw it up in the comments if you think it's Cooper, or if you think it's Trey. Put it in the comments who you think is going to start tonight. Maybe we'll get it breaking here on the show with my girl KELZ.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it to come through while we're on. Let's see. Tyler Smith, he's more than likely playing. Wanye Thomas, he will be back from concussion protocol. Donovan Wilson and Nick Vigil.
That's a fact right there. Shout out to my guy Justin Rose over there on YouTube. Everyone plays better when they playing it. That's what I'm saying. If you got Dalton Schultz tonight, it's almost guaranteed Dalton Schultz probably going to have Hall of Fame numbers tonight. 2 touchdowns, 150 yards, something stupid like that. I mean, I sure need it in my fantasy football lineup. Maybe I'm just trying to speak it into existence, but I think with, the zoo comments and all of that, I know KELZ got to get back to this injury report. I just think we're going to see a heavy dose of Dalton. I'm sorry. Go ahead, KELZ.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Good. So welcome everybody to the show. We appreciate everybody tapping in on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on YouTube right now. We're hoping before the game or here shortly here on the show that we'll get a live update on who is going to be QB1. We need to throw your comments up there. Trey Lance Lovers is looking kind of nice for you, especially if there's not been an announcement yet. Because once I seen Cooper Rush pop up on that injury report,
I'm getting ready to send a text out.
Okay. Once I seen Cooper Rush show up on that injury report for that fumble, he was going after or whatever, with his neck or something, I'm like, here it comes. That's why we signed Will Grier, because as soon as Cooper comes down, enters the scapegoat Trey Lance. So if you're wondering why we went and signed to Will Grier, well, we needed another body. Ain't that right, KELZ?
Yeah, and he does have familiarity with Mike McCarthy and his scheme. As if people can remember, when they traded for Trey Lance for the 4th round pick, they did let him know what was going on. So they decided to let him play the last game in its entirety. Dak Prescott was the one calling the plays. Only thing I can't remember, I have to see if we actually won that game. But the design plays that Dak Prescott did was on the talents of Will Grier.
No, I remember. Yeah, Will Grier went off, and then he got signed to I think Cincinnati or something like that. Didn't they sign him?
He's been to a couple of teams.
Yeah, and then he bounced around.
He just came from New England.
Yeah. Great call out here. Larry Strauss says, I don't think who we have at QB, if the O-line don't give protection, it don't really matter. I understand too.
Right.
We got problems everywhere.
And that's my whole thing. Like, I've been pushing back on a lot of people talking about we should have had Derrick Henry and all this stuff. I'm like,
man. People still talking about Derrick Henry. They need a hug. They just need a hug.
He would not be producing the way that he is now if we were to get him. I'm sorry, this little Pomsky that we have over here will have a hard time, running through our offensive line hole.
Man.
So, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I feel you. Shout out to Gary Heat. That's a new name right there. He says, I really do hate that we are losing so much, but I really am a diehard Cowboys regardless. It's fine. We're gonna go through this. Just like I was telling my girl KELZ before we got live here. Like I'm happy we're all nose diving together now. I
Yeah.
won't say that T word. I don't want them to say that BG over here influencing the Joneses and them to go tank or nothing like that. But I'm just glad we all nose diving here together. I mean, did you hear the breaking news with the New York Giants today? They're benching Daniel Jones for Thanksgiving Day game, and they're going to start this guy named Tommy DeVito.
Oh,
I mean, we
I
might
don't
actually win that one game. I think that might be the only game we may win the rest of the
I
season.
don't know because Tommy DeVito almost handed it to us as well. We almost lost that game with a Tommy DeVito.
Mm-hmm. I know anything can happen in the NFL. I'm just thinking it's quite, funny that they're announcing it now. I'm just like, wow, what's really going on? This first thing I asked is the question, what for? What's going on? Any Giants fans tapping in? I know they're in the basement of the NFC East, and we're just at the door right there trying to knock to get out. But what's going on with Daniel Jones? What are they benching him over there for? Because he just can't throw nobody a touchdown pass or something?
I'm surprised it. Well, no, I can't say that now because they really are. They really going to tank out with the rest of his contract because had they went with the quarterback in the first round this past draft, they would have been owing a lot of money, and that will hit their dead cap. So
Right.
this is the last of Danny Dimes' contract year.
Okay.
So and see, and this is the thing, even like with last year's draft, this year's draft is going to be a little. I'm giving y'all some tea right now.
Okay.
Listen,
Go ahead, spill it.
this 2025 draft is going to be a mirror of last year's draft. There's really not a lot of quarterbacks coming out. It's going to be more, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be a big influx
Uh-oh.
of quarterbacks like it was
Uh-oh.
in 2024.
Them folks that want Deion Sanders to be the head coach, they don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that.
I'm not even going to touch that subject. Um, so
But hey, I'm with you. I've heard this draft is very shallow with quarterbacks too, and that's the question why we
yes.
continue to nosedive together. If we get one of these top couple of picks, like who are we really going for? Are we going for a skilled offensive player, or would we go for somebody in the trenches? You say a mirror of last year's draft. First thing I'm thinking, we going offensive line.
So this year, so here's the mirror. So this is the mirror. This year, like last year, we had a big draft class of offensive line. This draft coming up is going to be on the opposite. It's going to be secondary and interior on defense. So I will say as far as quarterbacks, it's going to be just a little bit more than last year, but it's not going to be a big it's not going to be a big draft class of quarterbacks.
Man, look, we got to pay Micah Parsons. And if you didn't know, Brandon Aubrey, the best offensive player the Cowboys have, went and secured the services of Todd France, Dak's agent. So it looks like if Brandon continues to carry us, huh?
And here's the thing with what a lot of people don't realize with Micah Parsons' contract. We really don't have to pay him until 2026. So they might get it out the way because they have already decided to exercise his
The
fifth
fifth year
year
option, yeah.
which will take effect next year in 2025.
Oh. So really, they could push him off. Boy, that's gonna. Well, maybe I don't know because Micah might not want to use this year, especially after he's been out. Somebody asked in the comments earlier, how many sacks do y'all think Micah gonna get tonight? Put them in the comments up there as they're talking about Micah right now,
Okay,
especially getting
so
paid with.
here's my thought process because the Texans offensive line is not the best, just like ours, even
Mm-hmm.
with Nico Collins. So CJ Stroud is really going to be throwing a rock today because he got his number one weapon back.
Oh, and you got Dalton Schultz over there too. The guy
And
named
Dalton
Dalton.
Schultz. Yeah, but everyone is looking at Nico Collins.
Yeah.
So
Which is going to open up Dalton Schultz.
exactly. So I think
They got a pretty good run game too over there. Don't they got a guy named Damian Pierce or somebody in the backfield?
And they got Mixon.
And L. Mixon too. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So I think Micah, he's going to do more on pressures. This is my opinion. He's probably going to do more on pressures than sacks. So I think he might do 2.5 sacks.
2. I'm gonna tell you, he don't have to get at least 2. I know he got 2 versus the Eagles. But yeah, in case
I say 2.5, but he's going to be pressuring CJ Stroud a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Top in the building. Yeah, this is the Sumo Bowl. Do y'all remember this shit? You know, CJ and Micah early in the offseason was over there wrestling like some sumo wrestlers. So not only is it the Texas Bowl tonight, it's the Sumo Bowl. So you saying 2.5 maybe on CJ? Yeah, I'll be happy with 2. To anything 2 plus. I mean, can we get exciting, especially with DeMarvion Overshown? I mean, you know, we really got some solid pieces. We can continue to let these folks play out on this injury report. That's cool. We keep signing people off the street or whatever we need to do to keep the operation going. But I mean, we getting in one of these top 2 picks. I think the biggest discussion is not only first who's going to be the head coach, but number 2, which position?
He's selling his house.
Which position?
His house on the market.
Oh, is that Mike McCarthy put his house on the market? What's that tell you? You heard it here first. My girl KELZ with the intels. Yeah, so throw your questions up if you got them about game time tonight. My girl is over here spilling tea. She's breaking news. Any news on the quarterback yet? No news? Did you send out a text message? Did you reach out?
Nope. All I know is the only breaking thing I see is that they have decided to keep the dome closed. Oh. They're not gonna reopen it.
Yeah, Jerry don't want to risk none of that metal hitting folks in their head, but that's gonna be a big old lawsuit.
Yeah, so team said due to the high winds during the day impacted this. So I do know that there was real strong winds that happened in the DFW Metroplex. So I hope everyone is safe if you're in the area. I've seen some video and some pictures from friends of mine that live in the area. So if you're in the area, I hope you're safe and sound.
Again, here come Chris Tecco is a brand new name. Appreciate you tapping in on Facebook. He said, I heard Mike might go to the Jets. I don't care where he's going to go. I know he ain't going to be with the Cowboys, but hey, if his house is already on the market, that should be telling. Look, Jerry, if you're listening, I know you know that too, man. Can we just go on and get Money Mike out of here? Let me just ask you that question, KELZ. If Money Mike were to go, because we know Jerry could do it. He's done it before.
2/3 of the triplets are there.
Do you see an interim? Do you see an interim within, or do we have to wait till the end of the season? I want to ask you: do we see Jerry fire Mike mid-season, or are we gonna have to wait till the end of the season?
I wouldn't be surprised if he fired mid-season. He's done it before, so he done it with Dave Campos, and he did it with Wade Phillips. So I would not be surprised. I would prefer Al Harris.
That's what I was thinking too. Get him some coaching experience, up there at that level, grow from in or something like that. Bless you.
Thank you. I was waiting. That's why I was stalling.
Yeah, I'm thinking Al Harris or something like that too. That sounds typical right there. But what do y'all think? Throw a comment up there below. Do y'all see Money Mike hanging around to the end of the season? His house is being on the market now. You heard it from my girl KELZ here. We still don't have who's going to be QB1 tonight. Ooh, it's a lot of uncertainty in Dallas right now.
I'm waiting for the confirmation, but sources say.
Alan says he gone after the Thanksgiving. I would think so too. We lose on Turkey Day at home.
Because now with everything that's going on, I said I really don't see us winning the Thanksgiving game. As bad as the Giants are, I really think they might pull one on us and try to win it. And what I was telling BG backstage is like when we was talking about how many people are on the injury report, someone that I'm very close to that is on one of the Cowboys radio podcasts. He's a host. And when I was talking to him, he said during this time, and this is nothing confidential or anything, so I can spill this.
Okay.
Um,
You know, I ain't gonna say nothing.
right. No, I'm saying it's nothing confidential or anything. So he said for any team that is losing the way we are, and it's just the way that we're losing,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to get on the injury practice report. Nothing can be wrong with you.
Yeah. So instead of
So
not trying to put you on the report when we're competitive, when we're not competitive, it's not as frowned upon if you're on the injury report.
right.
Makes
So,
perfect sense.
and the thing is, why should I go out on the field for
Yeah,
four
especially if we
hours?
losing, why should I go out and make a business decision like Dion? Shout out to Joe Tranchini in Italy. He says McCarthy losing his job, house, and wife and kids. Oh, that sounds like a rumor. Is he going through a divorce too? Damn, it'd be all
No,
bad if that's the case.
no, definitely not that.
Sterling says Cooper starts and McCarthy lasts till end of the season. Okay, all right. Maybe Trey might get a start tonight. Everybody's like excited with Trey's legs. I'm like, he gonna have to do it because I'm hurt. I'm hurting for folks that I didn't draft CD Lamb in any of my fantasy football leagues this year, but I know some folks are hoping CD Lamb is gonna get some volume tonight. What is that with his injury? He's good for the game, right? With that back injury thing he had going on.
Yeah, that popped up on Friday. Yeah, he's expected to play tonight. That decision came in. I want to say, well, morning your time, but noon mine.
Okay. Perfect. Well, with that being said, let's get ready for the score prediction time. You know, we've been talking about it. Look, I can't bet on Dallas no more. Like, I'm not losing money to Dallas no more.
QB1, Cooper Rush, QB2, Trey Lance with new play schemes. So you may see them interchange during the game.
There you have it. KELZ with the entails, QB1, Cooper Rush, but a splash of Trey Lance. So what's going to happen? It looks like Cooper Rush lovers and them Trey Lance lovers are going to get what they asked for tonight. With Dak being on the injury report, he was officially placed on the injury report today, right? Done for the season.
He's done for the season. His surgery went well. The prognosis looked good. He's looking at a 3-month recovery time.
Let's get your game predictions ready in there. I'm gonna give y'all mine real quick. Who is that? Is that Alan Jackson? Is that the country singer in the chat? He said 52-10 the Texans. Woo! Mine is almost that close. I got 41-6. I got 47 points on the total over under. I got Houston over Texans. I think they're coming in. Now that Nico's back, like you say, that's going to open it up for Dalton. I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Dalton. I hope it's a heavy dose of Jake Ferguson tonight, too. I hope the Cowboys do put up some points. I hope it's not just Brandon Aubrey because I need Brandon Aubrey to go off, too. You got Brandon Aubrey in any of your leagues, KELZ?
I got him on all my teams.
Okay, me too. I love smart Cowboy fans. I got 3 leagues. I got Brandon all 3 of my leagues.
I got him in all mine.
Yeah.
My prediction. So So who did we play last week? Who did we play?
I know it's that bad.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. Who did we? We can't even remember. They get beat so bad. We can't remember who we played.
Can't think right now.
Bless your heart.
We played the Eagles and we lost. So the Cowboys will be getting the 7th round pick in the 2025 draft because last week we were at the number 11 spot.
So you think we're going to be the 7th pick in the 2025 draft? They don't have no top 5 appeal. Maybe we shouldn't be. Maybe we shouldn't be competitive. Maybe some of these guys are going to really compete out there. My guy Leandro says Dallas by 3 if we show up. There's some folks that still got faith in this team, man. Hey, I ain't even mad at you, but the way I feel currently right now, like I know the way the Texans are coming in. I know what's been said off the field. I know this is a battle of Texas. You got the news breaking today that Beyonce is going to be halftiming at the Texans Ravens game. So that's going to be talked about tonight. Look, you got to pay attention around here, Jack. I think it's a heavy dose of Dalton. Man, D'Amico Ryans and them coming in to try to put a 40 burger on Mike McCarthy and his team. Man, I bet there's an ongoing bet probably around the other coaches that got to see Mike McCarthy is saying who's going to get him fired first.
Yeah. So that's my score prediction. The 7th round pick of the 2025 draft.
Damn, that don't sound too sexy. 7 don't sound sexy. Shout out to my guy Trayvon. But 7 don't sound too sexy in the draft, man. What do y'all think?
So the thing is, if we I already have an L for this game anyway. Mm-hmm. So if we get an L tonight, then we'll be like number 7, number 8. Now, if we lose on hold on. If we lose on next Sunday against the Cowboys 2.0 in Largo, Maryland, we have moved up to number 5 or number 6 in the draft.
Yeah, man. We need to just.
So right now,
you know what's going to be the real test, and I know we're on the Texans this week. You know what's going to be the real test? The Carolina Panthers.
Man, if we lose to the Carolina Panthers,
I'm telling you, they gonna get it in. They done let New Orleans beat us and clown us. Then they just crashed and burned and crashed out. That's a whole nother game. I know we're on this week, but I was just thinking about that today. So forgive me as I speak out loud here, but get your score predictions up there. It's your girl KELZ with the intels. It's your boy BG, the Cowboys Unifier. It's the pregame show on the Monday Night Football Battle of Texas. We are definitely going to have a postgame show, so make sure to get your popcorn ready. Make sure you stay comfortable. You know what I mean? And tap in with us for the post-game show because we're going to talk about it. What you say your score prediction was? I said 41-6. What you got?
Oh, the 7th round pick of the 2025 draft.
Oh, you're not predicting tonight's game score?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm standing on business. I got 41-6. I've showed y'all here multiple times. As you can see it, I got it on my working paper. If you don't know, you can check it over in OAT and get the receipts over there. I know some of y'all be like, you ain't no real Cowboy fan, man. You say the Cowboys gonna lose, man. Shame on you. Let me see you put up money on this team tonight. Let me see where you put up money on this team tonight, and maybe we can have a discussion. But, man, my girl KELZ won't even give us a prediction. She said the 7th round 2025 draft pick in the 7th round of the 2025 NFL draft, which is going to be in Green Bay.
Yeah.
You going to the draft or no?
I don't know.
I ain't planned on it. I got a lot of places to go next year. I can't wait for 2025. Just something going on every month next year.
I want to, but then when I saw that the draft for 2026 is going to Pittsburgh, now I'm like,
oh, really? Pittsburgh? Oh, I might go to Pittsburgh now. Pittsburgh for the draft. I might do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I really want to go to Dallas to see how they do their draft parties.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
All right, Daniel Amos tapping in. He said, I remember KELZ when I went to Cowboys versus Washington 3 years ago with Cowboy Joe Booth. Shout out to Mark Holmes.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Daniel. Was that a good thing? Well, he's not doing we're not doing the tailgate this year. So
Mark too busy on YouTube over there, huh?
I want to let everyone know that Joe Boo Sports Report will not be having a tailgate at the red zone lot. But Daniel, was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Let us know, Daniel. Let us know. I think that's a good thing, especially if you know who Cowboy Joe Boo is. Especially got to be a Cowboy fan. So shout out to my guy Daniel. Let us know in the comments either way. I don't know. Hey, I'm planning on going to the draft probably, but I do have a lot of places to go.
3 years ago, that's when we was watching it out in the red zone lot. If I'm not, and we was just that was. Yeah, that game was something because we won. We barely won. Like we had the lead, and then the Washington came back. Like we got real lackadaisical, what we normally do in the second quarter.
Typical shit.
Yeah, not second quarter, but the second half, and they almost came back on us. Yeah, he's playing tonight. Um,
Daniel says, yeah, tailgate was so fun and we blew them
blew
out.
them
It was a
out,
good
yeah.
thing.
And
Look at my girl, Kels. So,
Washington,
I know you in the trenches, Kels.
hey, listen. So Washington, when it came to halftime, Washington fans were actually leaving out of the stadium, and that was the game where the Cowboys. It's a company up my way who are Cowboy fans.
Mm-hmm.
After everything that was going on with that stadium, with the benches not being warm and stuff for the players, um,
He says,
they
yes, you remember.
yeah, they it's a company up here in Springfield, Virginia, that are Cowboy fans got in contact with Will McClay and said we will be bringing you state of the art benches. What they did not know was the benches was going to have the Cowboys on it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that when it went
Yeah.
viral.
Yep. So second half came, Washington fans were leaving out. Once we came back and we beat them after we got ourselves together, there were actual Cowboy fans leaving out the stadium with actual stadium seats. I have pictures.
I know
So
you do.
Daniel, yes.
But that's crazy, man. Special shout out to everybody, and especially if you gave stars. Shout out to everybody who gave stars. This is the updated D stars. Shout out to my guy Trayvon. He been sitting in the studio. Y'all know what he been talking about. D stars. Shout out to my guy Charles Owen with a sizable lead. Shout out to my guy Mikey Fernside who entered the chat today. He just didn't have enough to get that shake and score. Shout out to my guy Charles Owen on the shake and score win. Prototypes in the building. Shout out to my guy Diego and Logan. Lindeman's a new name right there. Thank you, everybody. If you did give stars, we still have another shake and score up for grabs. So if you've donated stars during the show, if we reach 3,000 on this show, the top stars prize donator will win that shake and score. So shout out to my guy Charles. I don't think Charles should compete for it. This should make it easy for somebody else to get up in the chat and win it. But I appreciate your time as always, Kels. Thank you for the intels as always. And
Anytime.
we'll be here together right after the game, right?
Yep.
So get your stars ready. We'll add them up. We'll add them up.
In my bonnet, but I'll be here.
Okay, yeah. Get your stars and get ready. We'll be back in the building. Thank you, Daniel Amos. I appreciate that for those 88 stars. Make sure y'all tap back in.
35-21.
Oh, she going, okay, 25-31 Texans?
And the 21 points will come from field goals.
Ooh, yeah, because, especially after what old boy did in Pittsburgh after he beat the Ravens, the kicker himself. Yeah, I think Brandon Aubrey might have to try to top that. Ooh, I sure need him. He could give me about 30 points. I might have a shot in my top fan league of coming back because I got Dalton and I got Jake in the other lineup. So I need about 60 points.
Also, and before we close out, I know probably a lot of people are not on OAT. So I've been dropping game notes, some game notes. Our rookie wide receiver, Ryan Flournoy, will be making his first career start against the Texans.
Oh, so Ryan Flournoy start. Ryan Flo start tonight. Okay.
So I don't know if he's.
What about Mingo? Mingo ain't in there nowhere tonight?
Mingo is good to go. He's supposed to be.
Okay, so we're going to see some Mingo tonight.
Right. So that means Jalen Brooks will not be a starter. So I'm waiting for the positions to come in for the wide receivers. So if it's up to me, I think, of course, WR1 and CD Lamb, WR2, it may be Flournoy or Mingo. I'm not sure. But what
about Tolbert? Tolbert's in there too, right?
Oh yeah, Tolbert is in there. He's active, so he might. Yeah, so he's two. So he's two. So it's either 3 or 4 for Flournoy.
Yeah. We might see a flash of Mingo in there. I think we're gonna see a lot of Trey and a flash of Cooper.
But this is what I want. And before we close out, because like I said, I had to take a self-care break the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, create a boundary.
Well, it wasn't Cowboy related, but what I want a lot of people to know as far as with Mingo was high on the draft board for 2023.
Yeah. That's why the Cowboys went and got him. They liked him. They liked his body of work.
They liked him.
They liked his draft profile.
Right. But Dan Quinn wanted Mozzie Smith.
Oh, we remember that one. Why you got to bring up old shit?
No, I'm just
get ready to get out of here.
Will McClay wanted Mingo.
Oh,
So
I
they
see. I see how you went there. So instead of Mozzie, they went instead of Mingo, they went Mozzie.
they went Mozzie
That sounds
because
like some Joneses shit. Instead of
because
Mingo, they went Mozzie.
they sweet talk DQ sweet talk um the Joneses
Dan Quinn,
and
body of work, still in the building.
right. So when the second round came, we were a little bit up in the second round. So Will McClay was like, okay, I'm gonna pull him in the second round. By the time the second round came, Mingo was gone.
You heard it here first. So make sure to turn on your notifications. We appreciate everybody tapping in on the pregame show. I had the place card up for the postgame show. You know I'm going to go live at halftime, and we're going to go live, especially win, lose, or tie. That's my girl, KELZ. It's your boy, BG. Y'all know, listen to my guy, Dandy. We'll see y'all on the postgame show.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.